if we look at supermarkets' physical plant, it's changed on two different scores. Number one is they've gotten bigger, but also the mix inside has changed. For example, we're in this produce department. 20 years ago, a produce department was about half this size. Keep in mind, when we look at produce, the closer the produce is consumed to where it's grown, the more nutritious it is. If you have a tomato that, for example, is grown 3,000 miles away, brought on a truck for 4 or 5 days, it loses some taste, it loses some flavor, and it loses some nutrition. So the more you can go to farmers markets where you can actually meet and talk to the person who's growing it, the more you can buy organic, the better. This is one of those ideas that I wish I would have thought about. It's great for the consumer. You save money, especially when you get some of the assortments that normally you might have to buy 2 or 3 or 4 different kinds of lettuces and then wind up having a lot of waste. They're packaged right here. In addition to just having lettuces, now there's broccoli, there's cauliflower, everything ready to eat. So it's very affordable for people, it's very healthy for people, and it comes in the right size for people. Look at the way that Europeans shop, for example.
Exactly.
They buy more fresh foods, they buy smaller quantities, they don't have huge freezers. The average person in America today at 4 o'clock has no idea what they're going to have for dinner. So you don't have time to cook. You get home, you're tired from working. You take whatever's in the freezer out of the freezer. Look at all these foods that are prepared.
Right.
All you got to do, we could have every kind of cuisine. We could have very fattening foods. We could have very healthy foods right in this department, and we could cook all of them in less than 10 minutes. And you want to pick those products that you're not familiar with and read the ingredients. And you want to read the label. And you want to see, when it comes to the nutritional label, how many servings are they saying? Now this aisle is a parent's nightmare. In fact, in a lot of supermarkets, what you'll find is the breakfast cereals on one side of the aisle and candy on the other. Well, that's just not fair. But also there's a lot of psychology going on right here.
Yeah.
For example, if you look down on the bottom, what you find is you find the staples. Those cereals that are high volume cereals. Over here, what you find is those that are designed for the kids, and it happens to be at the kids' eye level. The healthier cereals are up here for our adults. Well, maybe what we need to do to make people healthier, what if we take those more nutritious cereals and put them here at eye level for kids and for adults, and I guarantee that their sales would increase.
I never had a toy that big, ever.
Well, it's not that big, I guarantee it. It's probably about that big, who knows? But the bottom line is that there's a lot of marketing that goes on to get kids to eat breakfast cereals. We've got to, when our kids walk up and down the aisles and saying, Mommy, I want the mini bobblehead, for Mom to turn it around and say, hey, this is good. It has no grams of fat. Oh, look, it's got this amount of sugar. It's got 120 calories, and make the decision based on this, the nutritional panel, not on this. So here we are, we're ready to get out of the store, right. And the first thing that we see, is a soda case. Convenient, cold, right here. So right when I'm checking out, and if I have a long line, I can just grab one and I can drink it right here. If we look at the assortment of candies, in fact, there's a lot of supermarkets now that have actually put up signs and created candy-free aisles because parents have complained that they don't want to have to battle with their kids yet another time before they leave the store. Here's the best way that you can shop. Needless to say, you got to have that shopping list. You have to go shopping when you're not hungry, not in a bad mood, not in a great mood, not cranky, because you're going to overbuy. You don't look on the right side at all the candy and gum. You don't look at the left side at all that candy and gum.
Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision, focus, pay, get out.